Hey yo, it's Brian here. Today, going to be talking about the San Francisco 49ers, as always, doing another top 3 video. This time talking about the biggest news for the 49ers from August 15, 2019. Some big ones, I guess you want to call it. A lot of injury updates, a lot of just nitpicking stuff. But other than that, just a quiet news week. Preseason's coming up for the Denver Broncos this Monday. They're going to have joint practice sessions, as I mentioned in my last video, this week. So that should be interesting. That should be good for the 49ers and the Broncos so they can learn from each other, and hopefully both teams would get better. Going to be talking about that, talking about news. Should be a fun time. Hope you guys do enjoy this. Before I get this video started, please like and subscribe to support my channel. That is going to help me out a lot. Click that bell notification to get notified of future videos. Share this channel, share this video with fellow Niner faithfuls. Yes, we're getting very, very close to 2,000 subscribers. I think currently I'm at 1,975 subscribers. That's really good. Just a little bit more, and then we'll get to my ultimate goal, and hopefully I can host a Q&A session or do something cool for you guys for 2,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. Let's get this video started. The top 3 49ers news week of August 15, 2019. Number 3, ex-teammate of Tom Brady thinks that he might join the 49ers in a year or two. This is a wild story right here. This is just for fun. Ex-teammate talking about Chris Long. He played with Tom Brady for a year or two in New England, won the Super Bowl against the Atlanta Falcons, and then the following year went to the Philadelphia Eagles and won a Super Bowl with them, beating the Patriots. There you have it right there. Anyways, Chris Long just making this wild prediction, saying that Tom Brady might go home to the Bay Area and play the rest of his years with the 49ers, maybe a year or two, which in my opinion, that would not be a good idea, to be honest with you, just because of the fact we have Jimmy Garoppolo as our quarterback. The only thing that the 49ers can ever consider Tom Brady as their quarterback right here, right now, is that they think Jimmy Garoppolo is just going to stink up the joint for the rest of the year and the future. He's not the guy for the 49ers. They can just get rid of him, get Tom Brady some way, shape, or form. That's probably not going to happen, but this is just some wild thinking right here. If this was Tom Brady from years ago, probably, but he's almost at the end of his career. I know he's been playing really well, but at the same time, we have to think long-term, and I think Garoppolo is our long-term quarterback. We could win a Super Bowl with him as the starting quarterback for the 49ers, I believe. So a lot of you guys might not believe it, but I do believe that Garoppolo is the man in San Francisco. This is kind of just fun news right here. Would have been interesting to see Brady play for the 49ers years ago, but I think now it's a little too late. He's almost getting up there in age. This would be only a short-term thing right here, and then we would have to find a quarterback ourselves. That would not be a good thing right there. And I don't know if we would have won a Super Bowl with Tom Brady with the 49ers. He's won Super Bowls with the Patriots, but can he win a Super Bowl with another team? Probably not going to happen. We will probably never see that, because Tom Brady, I see him retiring as a New England Patriot. No way, no how. Brady, 49ers, that would have been an interesting story. Chris Long just putting some wild predictions out there. Probably not going to happen, but it is an interesting what if, and I could probably do a video like that had the 49ers drafted him in 2000. That would have been cool. Number 2, football analyst Daniel Jeremiah believes the 49ers can make a push for a playoff spot. Finally, another 49ers supporter. We've had a lot of hate for some reason in the Bay Area. Guys like Nate Burleson and Mike Sando talking about bad things about the 49ers. They think they're not going to do good at all. Maybe go 3-13, 4-12 or something like that. But Daniel Jeremiah, along with Peter Schrager, got some nice support for the Bay Area. But yeah, Jeremiah's just saying that with the good quarterback and Jimmy Garoppolo, hopefully he stays healthy. The upgrades that they made on the defensive line with Nick Bosa and D Ford coming into this team, like this team can make the playoffs this year in 2019. I believe so. For me, just everyone staying healthy for the most part, that's the biggest factor, I think, for the Niners making the playoffs. Jeremiah is just banking on Garoppolo being the all-time great quarterback that he can be, and the defensive line can be just a staunching defense, just tearing quarterbacks apart, and I believe that's going to happen for this whole defense for the Niners. Not just on the defensive line, the linebacking core as well. You got Kwan Alexander coming back hopefully soon. Dre Greenlaw, he's looking like a great rookie so far. Fred Warner, I mean, he's just a great dude. Secondary, a lot of question marks right there, but I think with Tavarius Moore doing pretty good for the most part in 2019, Richard Sherman being able to play a full season, I mean, this defense looks pretty loaded for this year. They made a lot of investments in this defense. I believe that it will pay off definitely in 2019 if everyone can stay healthy. So going to be talking about that in a second. That's just the biggest factor for me, in my opinion, is just can everyone stay healthy. If everyone can, I think the 49ers, they're an unbeatable team, to be honest with you, because you look at last year, we could have had a better record than 4-12 had Garoppolo not get hurt, and if we just close out a couple of games, we would have had a better record than just the 4 wins that we had last year, even when Jimmy was out for the rest of the season. I think with Mullins and Beathard, they could have made some awesome season had they been able to close games and not choke it out, and the defense not getting gassed out the last couple of minutes of the game. This team has a lot of potential, but a lot of people in San Francisco, or I should say outside of San Francisco, don't see that. But I see it personally. I've seen them for the past couple of years. They have a lot of potential. I know that's not really a positive word to say because you have a lot of potential, but you might be end up crap as a team later on. For me personally, I think they're going to just be awesome for 2019 if everyone can stay healthy. Daniel Jeremiah, you have my approval. You have everyone else in San Francisco's approval. Hopefully you are proven right and we have a good season and make the playoffs at least this year. The biggest news for the 49ers of August 15, 2019 is just some injury updates. The two biggest guys notable in this article from SacramentoBee.com is Jimmy Ward and George Kittle. Going to be talking about Ward first. He is coming back from a collarbone injury that happened earlier in the offseason, which is very unfortunate. This guy is always getting hurt at the wrong place at the wrong time. Looking like he's going to come back soon. He probably won't be practicing with the Broncos this week, which is kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. You can't rush injuries back. If I'm the 49ers, definitely I would not be rushing these injuries back at all because injury history. But yeah, Ward himself, he has an injury history, as we all know. The funny thing about this article is they're saying that the 49ers coach, they believe when healthy, he's the best defensive back that we have. I'm like, wow, really? We have other guys. I think Marcel Harris, I think Richard Sherman, those guys, they're much better than Ward, whether he's playing corner or safety. I think Tarvarius Moore is even better than Ward, to be honest with you, because Moore has shown a lot of promise at the free safety position this year. I think he can overtake him for that spot. Ward is more like a role player, to be honest with you. He's not a starter anymore. I mean, even when healthy, he wasn't really a good defensive back, in my opinion. He was an all-right one, but he wasn't anything to be like Hall of Famer or Pro Bowl or anything like that. Just a nice, serviceable defensive back. That is disappointing for a first-rounder, but hey, I got to speak the truth. He should be back maybe by week 1 from all accounts, but I don't know yet. They really haven't said anything. George Kittle, next guy up, he has some calf tightness for his injury, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what's his timetable to come back. He's definitely going to be back by week 1 against the Bucs, but is he going to play against the Broncos for the joint practice and the game on Monday? Not sure yet. The Broncos, they probably would be happy from this article just because he threw for a lot of yards against them in the regular season meeting in 2018. So, that's great right there. Kittle, he should be okay. The 49ers, they're not concerned, but they do want to take precaution because, injury history for everyone. Also, some other guys, D4, Nick Bosa, they're making some progress. Bosa's out of his, whatever you want to call his straps or whatever. He's just fully free to practice now for the most part. He's going to take it slowly. I'm pretty sure that the 49ers are doing their due diligence to make sure Bosa is as healthy as possible because he really needs to be healthy for this season. I don't want to news during any week that Nick Bosa is going to be out for the rest of the season. That would not be fun. Also, D4, I don't want him to be out for the rest of the season as well. We made investments for these two guys, and hopefully they do pay off definitely. These two guys, they look like they're going to be okay. They'll be ready for week 1 against the Bucs. Some notable things, Dre Greenlaw didn't practice on Wednesday due to a stinger. Just some precautions there. Julian Taylor missed Wednesday because of back tightness. It's just some nitpicking things right here, but other than that, everyone seems to be doing okay for the most part. We haven't had any ACL or Achilles tears. That would be the worst thing to happen for the 49ers. But yeah, everything is looking pretty good. Hopefully everything is ready by week 1 against the Bucs. Preseason, it is what it is, but I'm just hoping everyone's going to be 100% by week 1 in early September. That's it, guys. Biggest news for the 49ers this week of August 15th. Hope you guys did enjoy this. Please let me know any reactions to these news. I like to hear what you guys have to say in the comments below. If you guys like this, please like and subscribe to support my channel. That is going to help me out a lot. I'll be catching you guys up tomorrow on a Friday. I'll see y'all then. Bye, guys. Love y'all. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Go Niners all day.